Hello. Today is day 3. Yes, day 3 of the 365 days life challenge with New. I just decided actually right now to put a hashtag to it. So yeah, I am definitely coming to you today in a different energy. It is the morning time and it is currently raining outside. I don't know if you can see, but it is going, and I still have my Christmas lights up. It's January 3rd. But I wanted to come on here and share a few things. But first of all, welcome if you are new here. My name is Nu Vang, and I'm a coach and a life coach and a human design coach, mentor. And I realized actually after the first day of doing the live, I realized that I did not share what I do in terms of the people I help, but we're gonna save that for another day. Today, I wanted to share a couple things, but the first thing that I realized, hello, if you're joining me live, say hello. I can't see who is joining me live, but if you comment, maybe I'll see who it is, but hello. I wanted to share that I've always been the child in the family that does really well, that excels, and I've always put myself under a lot of pressure to do really well and just to make my parents proud. And because I had that kind of upbringing or that kind of childhood, I appeared very well put together by everybody. I had good grades, I was a good girl, good daughter. Well, I tried my best. There's a caveat there in terms of my culture, but again, that's not for today. I, went to college, I found a job, I helped my parents financially. I did all the things, and so I feel like I've just gotten so used to being and having that image and that role that other people see me by. And so I feel like sometimes when I have it hard, I don't feel like I can share with people. I don't feel like I can ruin that image of myself for other people, which, when I take a step back, like, that doesn't even matter, because other people are not thinking about me as much as I'm thinking about myself. So I shouldn't put so much pressure on myself, yet I do. And I'm going to get into that in terms of human design in a little bit. But yeah, I wanted to come on here and share for those who have known me my whole life, or maybe you know me in college or whatnot. I don't have my life all together. Sometimes I do try hard, and I have tried hard in the past to create a life that looks good. And just this past year, I decided, not to really drop that identity, of being a perfect person, having it all together, because I don't. And it's a lot of pressure on me when I take on that identity and that role, because then I put a lot of pressure on myself. And so yeah, I wanted to share that I go through hard things. There are a lot of things in my life that I, wish I could do better at, could be better at, have more of. And there are days where I do focus on that, and I do feel down, and I do fall into that. We're human, we're all human, I'm human too. And so I wanted to share that with those of you, if you identify, if you resonate, that, it's okay for you to ask for help. It's okay that you have a bad day, and it's okay to not have it all together, because I don't. And last night, I had such I don't really know yet what to call it, but I had a hard time, and there was a lot of guilt that came up for me last in the evening, and there's just a lot that has been going on amongst me moving into my new place and starting the new year. Like, there has been a lot on top of family as well, and I just, I think I finally got fed up yesterday in terms of my own self-abandonment. That has always been a problem of mine, a challenge, to put others people before myself, to a detriment, to an unhealthy state. And I broke down yesterday, and it was really hard, and I really had to allow myself to feel all those feelings, that the hurt, the anger, the guilt, all of it. And it was hard. And so waking up this morning, there's the emotional hangover, if you've heard of that. And waking up, it was hard because it's raining outside, and I just don't do well when the weather's not all shiny and sunny. And so it was hard, and I was like, oh great, I have to go live today. And I committed to going live every day, and I did not want to come live. I did not want to do it. But then I thought, I can't just always show up perfect, all happy and dandy and rainbows and sunshine, because I know that's not the reality of things. And I know I show up like that a lot, because I do feel like that a lot of the times. But I also want to be honest and true that there are these bad days, and that I do have them, and yet I still am able to show up the way I do, because I walk myself through it, I lead myself through it. And I wanted to share this one thing that really hit home for me yesterday, is that I talk about the feminine and the masculine, and if you're not aware of those concepts, really just Google it or AI it, ChatGPT it. It is such valuable and important knowledge for you to know and become aware of, is that within all of us lives a masculine energy and a feminine energy. And basically, I'm gonna really basically tone it down or simplify it to: feminine energy is being and receiving, and masculine energy is doing and structure. So we all have that inside of us, and we all need both. It just depends on the situation in terms of which one comes out. And so let me get back to my point. My point is that, yeah, it really hit me hard yesterday that whenever I come to like an emotional situation, and I feel like I have to do something about it, right? And if, like I just told you, the doing of it is masculine. And something hit me, it reminded me of what my Melanie, my mentor, says, is that where we go wrong is when we put the masculine in where there's supposed to be the feminine. So when you are trying to do something from a masculine place, when that thing that you're trying to do is a feminine situation. So let me give you an example. I do well with examples. So for example, like if I'm putting in this example this morning because I woke up and I didn't feel like doing anything, and I was just feeling down. And the first thing that comes to my head is like, okay, what am I going to do about it, right? And then I caught myself and I was like, wait, I'm trying to masculine energy my way through this. When in all honesty, it's going to sound really simple, but in all honesty, what needs to be quote unquote done is I need to feel my feelings. I need to allow myself to feel and to really understand where I need myself, what needs attention from me, and that can't be accomplished by me just trying to do things. So I woke up today and I had things on my to-do list. I, needed to go get a life scan. I not needed to, but like in my head, my list was that I was gonna go get a life scan. I was gonna go grocery shopping. I was gonna go return some items, run some errands. I was gonna clean the house. Like I had a list of things to do, and I woke up and I didn't want to do any of them. And so my first thought was going back to my pattern of my conditioning of what am I gonna do so that I feel better, so that I can get all these things done. And in that moment I stopped myself, because I was like, this is not the way to be. When I am feeling a certain way, it is my body asking me to honor the way I'm feeling, and that's what I'm doing. And I want to share that with you, because I think when we honor how we feel, I think we fear that if we honor what we feel, that we're going to feel it forever. Like we don't know when it's going to end. And I am going to challenge myself and to challenge you to feel it, because I honestly believe, I have not experienced it yet today, but I honestly believe that when we allow ourselves to feel and to be, that it will not last as long as we think it will. And I will definitely report back tomorrow to see how it goes for me, but today I am definitely going to be and listen and tend to myself and be in my feminine, and not try to do my way out of feeling this way. Instead of, I will feel my way into feeling better. And so, and this is how I want to really do 2025 and really honor myself. And just to key in, I'm not going to go into details, but one of the reasons why I felt so guilty and I was so upset yesterday was because I realized all the things that I was doing that was out of alignment for me. That was something my sacral said no to, yet I overrode my authority. In human design, we call it authority. I overrode my authority so many times that I was so upset when I realized, oh wow, I've done all of that, and is it too late to go back now? And so I know that my word for this year is to receive and to reframe things. And every day so far, I've been having those words in my mind. So I think I'm actually going to create like some Post-its or something on my laptop or my phone to remind me. And in this situation, I'm going to reframe this situation as it is a lesson. I realized that I was on the path to, hello, if you're joining me live, let me know in the comments. I was on the path to, again, going back to my old ways of abandoning myself for the sake of my loved ones. And, there is beauty to that, but I no longer see beauty to that if it comes at the cost of my own mental health and my own well-being, because I really believe in that self-love and self-care, and I'm trying to embody and really live it every day and do that for myself. And when I realize that I've fallen off the bandwagon, then I get upset at myself. But then again, that's not a helpful emotion, right? And so just to have compassion for myself. So reframing that, like, oh, okay, it's a new year. I have all these ambitions for the year, and sometimes the way I see it right now, my reframe is that my nervous system is not feeling safe with all this new desired change that I am wanting to create. So it's falling back on old patterns. And old patterns are safe for us, even if it doesn't serve us. So I see it as that was what was happening. And instead of being mad at myself or being mad at my loved one. And so that's my reframe. And I want to be able to, this year, for receiving, for this situation, I want to receive fully my intuition, my authority. I really want to listen and honor my authority. And I feel like it's easy for me to say that because it sounds so simple to just follow your intuition, but it's scary. It's scary because your intuition doesn't make sense. And we live in a very logical, sense-making world. And so it is scary. But I think having been in human design for 3 years now, I preach following your authority and living your design, yet I feel like I still struggle with it, and I think we all will to an extent forever because we're human, but I know that I can do a lot better. And over the years, I have shown myself that when I hear my authority, when I hear my sacral, and I override it with my logical mind, that I always come back to a place of, I should have known. I should have listened to myself, right? I always come back to that place. And that is why I know that I want to be able to fully receive and trust my authority, my sacral, my intuition. So yeah, and the little bit that I wanted to share about human design and how it comes into play in my situation today is I have an undefined root center. And if you are not familiar with the centers in human design, there are 9 energy centers in human design. And the root center is a pressure center, and it is the pressure and the stress center. It's how you take in pressure and stress, and how you navigate that, and how you transcend that, and how you use that energy. It can be good for good or for bad. And because I have mine undefined, that means that I don't have a consistent way of processing incoming stress and pressure. And so every situation is different for me. And I take in the pressure and the stress around me, and I actually feel it a lot more. I amplify it. My root center is undefined, and it amplifies the energy that I take in. So I feel the stress a lot. I feel the pressure. I feel the drive and the stamina to keep on going and doing. And that is why, and knowing that, it's so helpful, because that is why I constantly feel like even though I don't feel good, I still feel that pressure that like nagging for me to go get things done. And I'm going to really work on that by, being and just telling myself like that it's okay, not everything needs to be done today, and just giving myself love and compassion and soothing that undefined center of mine. And one thing that having an undefined center and doing this live excuse me, is that I will always feel like, I need to get my life done. And it's also going to challenge me to really live and really allow that pressure to just be, and know that at the end of the day, I will have my life done if I'm not camping. And I don't just leave it up to fate either. I actually have an alarm on my phone for 8 p.m. Pacific time to ask me, hey, did you go live yet? So I put in the masculine structure so that I can flow throughout my day in my feminine. Yet my undefined root center doesn't allow me to do that, because I am not, I guess, operating in my highest expression in that energetic center. So it's all a work in progress. But yeah, I know today's live energy is a little different. It is just how I feel, and I want to show up the way I feel. And also encourage you to do the same as well. I feel like sometimes when someone turns out to be so perfect, too perfect, they kind of become unrelatable and intimidating in a sense. So I never want to be that way. That is never my intention. My intention is to show you what is possible, regardless of all the hard things and all the emotions, the human emotions that we all experience. And there's no human experience that is better or worse than another, because we all are at our own unique journeys, our own stages in life, And I want to honor that for every one of you. And I want to honor that for myself too, because sometimes I kind of beat myself up for being sad at some of the things that I'm sad at, and I that negative self-talk of like, I have it so well, why am I complaining when there are people starving, when there are people who can't afford to live and have their own apartment, right? Sometimes I get into that way, but honestly, that doesn't help anyone, and it just makes you feel bad. It just makes me feel bad. So I want to, there's a fine line, there's a unique balance between the two. And yeah, so I'm gonna be in my energy today and really feel my emotions, probably do some meditation, be in meditation, be in some energy healing. I do have resources that I can turn to, so I'm so thankful for that. Breath work, maybe, really however I feel, but first, breakfast. It is 10 o'clock and I have not had breakfast yet. But yeah, let me know if you're catching the replay, if you made it this far. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you and your time and your energy for tuning into and listening to a day in my life. And yeah, I would love to hear if anything resonated with you, if there's anything that you're going through that you need support with, or you just want to share with somebody. I think community is so, so important, and is definitely something that I am cultivating for myself, and I'm desiring as well and calling in for 2025. So don't be a stranger. I would love to connect or reconnect with you, and I hope this live makes a difference in just one person's life. All right, beautiful person, I will see you tomorrow, and I'm open to receiving whatever is coming in for me today, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, however that means for you to have a beautiful day. For me, it is just to honor myself today and to be gentle with myself. All right, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me for the 365 days live with New. All right, bye.